Oh, I know I had multiple takes on this one, and I'm going to have to get to them. I responded with hashtag, what's his name? His first name? Anthony Housefather is a racist. I don't run around throwing around that accusation. But when people act like racists, subtle, low-key racists, I'm going to call them out on it. Anthony Housefather, Anthony Housefather, for those who don't know, he's a liberal. I think he was like a conservative. Anthony Housefather is a politician in Canada. And I believe he ran with the Conservatives at one point. And Anthony Housefather, let me see something. I'm pretty sure he was conservative. He was running in the last federal election. Here we go. Housefather was reelected. Yada, yada, yada. Oh, no, beating the Conservative. This was 2019. Whatever. He's a liberal politician. I think he's in Hampstead and Côte St. Luc, just around the corner. Côte? Yeah, so he ran in Côte St. Luc, which is the riding next to mine in the last federal election. He's a politician. I don't use the term willy-nilly. I think there's nothing more serious than accusing someone of being racist or intolerant. When they act like low-key racists or overt bigots, they deserve to be called what they are, especially when they gallivant around calling everyone else that of which they are guilty. This is Anthony Housefather. Right now, he's the member of parliament from Mount Royal, that's in Montreal, parliamentary secretary, public services and procurement. Okay. It's a very respectable position. Maybe he should know what he's talking about before he talks, and maybe he should not be racist when he does. I'm going to read this. Let me just make sure I can see it in the chat here. Not in the chat, in the stream. This is Anthony Housefather's tweet. Every Canadian politician has to tweet the virtue signaling, oh, won't someone think of the children, except they don't want to think of the children. It's quite the opposite. Oh, won't someone think of a way that will allow us to do certain things to unborn infants? It's like the exact opposite of won't someone, Miss Reverend Lovejoy, won't someone please think of the children? Unless they think they're thinking of the children by sparing the children an undue hardship of life. Doesn't matter. However you feel about this, what's important is to get it right and know what the hell you're talking about. And also, don't be racist. The only bright side of the majority decision overruling Roe is that they seem to only want to bring the country back 50 years. Justice Thomas just singling out the black justice. Why? Oh, because I'm going to bring up black history in America. Justice Thomas, concurring opinion, seems to want to bring us back to pre-Civil War times. Hey, Justice Thomas, Anthony Housefather from Canada thinks he knows what's best for you. Anthony Housefather from Côte St. Luc, Montreal, thinks he knows what's best for Black Americans. He thinks he knows that you, Justice Clarence Thomas, singled you out. Singled out the black justice to bring up a pre-Civil War reference. He knows better. You're an idiot. The black justice wants to bring America back to pre-Civil War era. Doesn't he realize that that's bad for Black Americans? This is not even low-key racism. There are actual impolite racist terms that people have for exactly what Housefather is saying right here. Justice Thomas, there was another guy who used that word. I will never even retweet it. Another individual had choice words for Justice Clarence Thomas. It's the race traitor allegation. But Anthony Housefather, who seems to have misunderstood the impact, or actually the substance of the decision, singles out the black justice to lecture him on the consequences or the essence or how bad America was pre-Civil War. Lecturing, he knows better. The Parliamentary Secretary for Public Services and Procurement of Canada knows more about the Constitution of the United States than a sitting, and I dare say genius, member of the Supreme Court of the United States of America. Anthony Housefather, An empty barrel makes more noise than a full one. Hold on. Sorry. Twitter. See what the response to Anthony Housefather was. And they don't even understand the substance of the decision is that it doesn't do anything other than compel the states to implement whatever laws it hasn't set America back to the pre-Civil War. Has nothing to do with anything. It's just racially loaded accusations from a white liberal politician in Canada lecturing, admonishing a black justice of the Supreme Court of the United States because one thinks he knows better than the other. There could be, it is racism by definition. Hold on. What was I doing? I lost my thread of thought here. Well, can you imagine him? Hey, Housefather, why didn't you single out Amy Coney Barrett and say that you know more about what's good for women than Amy Coney Barrett? Why don't you single out the woman justice on the Supreme Court and then lecture her on what it means to be a woman looking out for women's rights? Yep. True bigotry is thinking that you know better than the minorities you purport to protect. That is true bigotry. True bigotry is regarding minorities as lesser than you, inferior to your own good judgment, where when they agree with you, it's because they're so smart, and when they don't, it's because you know what's better for them than they know what's good for them. Sir, I will take Jabba 42. I will take 30% of that, but I will thank you wholeheartedly for the support. The Liberal Party, the one that gallivants around calling everyone racist, everyone misogynist, everyone transphobe, they are the ones implementing racist policies, implementing policy that they know has a disparate impact on minorities, and taking to social media to lecture minorities about how much more they, in their infinite superiority, know than a sitting member of the United States Supreme Court of America. Anthony Housefather, well played. You're an idiot. Sorry for the typo, folks. Here's another pittance for Viva to make up for it. Hatwit, thank you very much. What do you think will be the first? Who do you think will be the first person to go down on the client list of Jeffrey Epstein or Maxwell? Keep up the great work. If I'm being a realist, and I'm saying barring any new evidence, barring any discovery of new incriminating evidence, based on what we know now, nobody is, unless something new comes up, nobody is going down. This is just being wrapped up with a nice, neat little bow, and it's being sent to, the archives in the museum in the Indiana Jones movie, where it's going to gather dust and no one's going to understand what is truly in that Pandora's box. Okay. Oh, I believe I said as much to, I was not in Housefather's district. I said as much to Garno to his face and on Twitter. If that's what you meant by that comment. So that's it. Housefather lecturing. But there were other equally bad takes